You are tuned in to 50/50 News on the House of the Princess channel, hosted by Princess A.V, featuring world, local, celebrity, and YouTube news. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell as I give you the traditional news with a small twist of ratchet. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the House of the Princess. You are now watching 50/50 News. I think I'll give you a little Thursday night lineup. I hope my signal isn't super bad. I can't get my right internet to go. I don't know. Oh, here we go. I'll switch it when we do the video. So it won't be so blurry or whatever. But I just decided to come in and give you a little Thursday night loving. Um I'm sorry. Okay. Um while everybody's live, give y'all some news, give myself an algorithms, all that good stuff. So I hope that you press like, okay, while you in there. Come in and wipe your feet, relax. This is a dress down, tone down, live. And we're gonna get in it and get out, you know what I'm saying? And have a little midnight snack. Thank you, everybody. Yes, Sweetie Pooh, thank you for reminding me. This is the first newscast of the year. Look, I am still adjusting that it's a new year and everything. Getting myself acclimated to what's going on. And also, like I said, I'm doing new branding, new themes. Well, this one will stay because it's one of the newest ones, but new themes on their channel, new branding. We'll be getting a new studio, and hopefully, when I can rub enough coins together, I'm gonna get a new computer with the screens. Like I'm gonna be more on point, desk and everything. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It just takes time, and also donations. So if you want to join the channel, please join the channel. It's right next to that subscribe button. If you don't have money to give, just press the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And it costs you nothing. Otherwise, you also can give to the channel by Google Pay, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay, and Super Chat or Super Thanks if you're watching on the replay. So now that we've got the business out of the way, I'm just going to get down to business and thank you all for being here. And I hope that the glare on my eyeglasses is not too much. Okay. Let me get my notes and get on up in here. I'm glad at first I was going to do it earlier, then I felt tired and I was doing stuff. Shout out to my girl Roxanne's Lady Lounge. It is her birthday, okay? And I was getting her stuff together and then I just needed a nap. Something about this weather and it's dark here. It's very depressing and it's just I haven't felt good. Totally emotionally, but also physically as well. I'm recovering from my sinus infection and bronchial situation. I feel better in that sense, but the darkness, like I need a summer house and a winter house. Okay, it just makes you feel away. Y'all let me know if in other regions, if it's dark like that, because it's like dark at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Ain't no way I could live in Alaska where it's dark all the time. Like it bothers me. But I'm going to get through with this live. Yeah, it feels weird, right? Is the moon in retrograde or whatever? I don't know. I'll be tired, and I'm not used to being tired like that. My iron is up. Okay. That internet. So let's go ahead and get this out the way right now and see if it works. Cheese. Okay, so hopefully that will help us run quicker and clearer, because I know I look distorted, and it'll come as a clear picture. So without further ado, let's get to, where is it? Local news. All right, we're going to start off with the local news. This is your first time. No, this news is local to the Chicagoland and metropolitan area. Okay, so I'm from Chicago or Chicago. Okay, and that's where you're going to get it to imitate somebody. You know what? One of my coworkers bought one and has one on her desk, and I had never heard of that. And I might have to get one off of Amazon. I might have to. Yeah, because we don't get no vitamin D, but you in the D, so you know. Yes, that's about time it gets dark. So yeah. So our first story here is the Woodlawn area, which is my favorite area to live. Okay. Apparently the city has popped up on them to have a migrant shelter. So, you know, we have all these people coming from Mexico and all these foreign places, and they're going to put them smack dab in the black neighborhood. I have some more details on that, but let's hear the story first, coming you from CBS News 2.
This is an incredibly fluid situation.
Finally, some transparency from the city about what's really going on at the old Wadsworth Elementary School in Woodlawn.
We've done everything from installing toilets to elevator repair, furnace and heater repairs, to just general facility cleaning.
All things CBS 2 told you was happening months ago, but the mayor's office repeatedly denied this construction was to create a temporary shelter for asylum seekers. CPS told us it was routine maintenance work. But now,
our ideal target start date there is January 6th.
Less than a week and a half from now, the plan is to move in nearly 150 migrants, likely single men and women. So what happened?
We had this conversation about Wadsworth, and then suddenly the conversation stopped. And I want to clear up the reason behind that.
That rep from the mayor's office said migrant arrivals decreased for a while, but now they may ramp up again. The city's current emergency migrant shelters are above capacity.
We're really stretching the limits of what they can handle right now.
What exact vetting process is being done?
The seemingly done deal stunned residents.
There are other places that you guys could have done this with.
We want real transparency.
Did you call us here to find out what we wanted, or did you call us here to tell us what you're going to give us?
Again, the city is saying migrants could move into the old Wadsworth Elementary as soon as next week. Residents begged the city to reconsider that deadline. And I want to let you know that as recently as yesterday, the mayor's office would not confirm to us that that school was going to be used as a migrant shelter. As far as CPS, they have not gotten back to me either. When I asked them this week about a records request we received that showed $1.5 million worth of rehab work went into that building. Reporting in Woodlawn, I'm Laura Victory, CBS 2 News.
I'm over here talking and talking. I'm sorry. Let's rewind it. Okay. They're going to do that shit. Yes, Ms. Bernice, they're going to do that shit. There's a few variables there. Now, this school was a couple of blocks from where I used to live. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, Barb. Hey, Sister Funkenstein. The school used to be a CPS school. I didn't know. I didn't know it was vacant. I knew that it was no longer CPS school for a while. It was a charter school for a few years. I didn't know it was completely vacant. It's a very big campus area. The trick to this is, and I know why some of them are so angry for multiple reasons. One, that school would be a mile from the new Obama library that they've broken ground from. I would literally walk that, like when I wanted to exercise and walk to the beach, I would walk that way. So it's not that far from the new Obama library. There are a lot of things going on in that area. And it used to be hood a long time ago, and they've gotten it very quiet. I don't think the people would mind helping other people, but you're talking about a whole shelter, and you're talking about people from another country coming over there and taking over the area that they have worked so hard to build and to quiet down and to make it very, neighborly like. And you can look on TV. I looked at some other videos earlier at how, the refugees are acting. Okay, they don't have means to do things, so they might get a little gully. Okay, they might rob your house if they need something, if the government isn't giving it to them. And there are so many variables about bringing a mass number of people who are not indigenous to the area, not even indigenous to Chicago or Illinois, to come in there, and boom, you got a whole bunch of them over in your neighborhood, and they're gonna take over. And it's a lot of older people there too, and they're not for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were refugees or not, just a whole bunch of motherfuckers coming to your house, your neighborhood, you're going to have some issues and some questions. So I understand totally why they have issues with this. And the government knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. They done made those upgrades and those repairs, and them people gonna be in there. Period. Point blank. They just slide this shit on you. So I'm with that old lady when she said, "Are you telling us asking us what we want? Are you gonna tell us what you gonna do?" Because that's pretty much what it is. You gonna tell us what you're gonna do. And they probably had their eye on that property for a couple of months now, since this whole thing came up. Okay, our next story is there is going to be a vote on whether we should ban assault weapons in Illinois. Did we ever not ban the assault weapons? Who's bringing the assault weapons in? Okay, your neighborhood crack dealer, I'm sure. Sure.
Ewing, all eyes are on a gun control bill proposed here right in our state. Democrats are meeting right now in Springfield to see if any changes will be made to the bill. So far, no hearing is scheduled.
No more silence and gun violence.
As you can see there, hundreds were in Springfield today calling on lawmakers to pass the Protect Illinois Communities Act. It was introduced last month by Democratic State Representative Bob Morgan. He was at the Highland Park Parade last summer when gunfire erupted, leaving 7 people dead and dozens more injured. Morgan's legislation consists of 4 parts. It calls for the banning of assault weapons across the state, along with large capacity magazines and rapid fire devices. It also would crack down on gun trafficking and raise the legal age to buy a gun to 21 and extend the length of a firearm restraining order from 6 months to 1 year. Brenda Mitchell, an activist, says changing the law is personal.
The irony that I would send one son overseas to fight for Iraqi freedom and to lose my other son in a free country a week later.
My message to every elected official in this room is this: you must vote yes on the full Protect Illinois Communities Act and vote like your lives depend on it. And you must vote yes because our lives do depend on it.
State Representative Bob Morgan says the goal is to pass the bill before the current General Assembly ends next week, which is on January 11th. Now, in order for it to pass, a majority vote of 60 in the House and 30 in the Senate is needed. We'll be following the story closely. Natalie?
I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, and this is why I'll be stagnated on my channel.
But first,
by the powers that be, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. No shade to the people who have lost their lives due to gun violence and the Highland Park people. But gun control has been problematic for a very, 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 very long time. People like that little boy that went and killed those people in Highland Park, those were crazy people. There should be some guidelines to buying those types of guns anyway. But again, who brings these guns into America? They're not smuggled in, they're brought in. They're brought in and sold. And just because I live, let me tell you where I live. I can be in Indiana in 15 minutes. I can be in Wisconsin in an hour. I can be in Iowa in 3 to 4 hours. I can be in Missouri in 3.5 hours. I can be in Ohio in Miss Weedy Pooh house in 4 hours. That shit don't matter here. We can go get what we want. You can go to Kentucky in 4 hours. I can go get it and bring it back. I can go to Canada in 4 hours. People don't know that Chicago is just that close to a lot of shit. Okay? Minnesota in 6. If I really want guns and I want to shoot people, and I could go get a gun. Gun legislation and reform is paramount. But they've been doing this and having these crazy ass guns in the hood all the time. People celebrate videos like Chief Keef and FGB Duck and all these people, and they sit around with the videos with all this contraband and nothing happens to them. But now all of a sudden they get to killing these white people in their neighborhood. Now, oh my God, we must have gun reform. Yeah, Michigan, right. I got to pass by Michigan to get to Canada. I could be in Detroit in 4 hours. I can be in Michigan in an hour and a half. If that. Was it Michigan City? That's Indiana. So a little over an hour from where I stay. I could ride a motherfucking train in Michigan multiple times a day. Right from down the street. Right. These assault weapons and everything, they've been here. They're put here. They're planted here. It should have been problematic for everybody's life. Not just your picks and chooses. It never should be just your picks and chooses. Everybody's life matters. And y'all putting this shit up here in our hoods and allowing these people with no background checks and they crazy as fuck and they go get guns and they kill people. Like, you got to do better. Welcome, Jaco. Welcome. Hey, Ronks. Excuse me. And speaking of shooting in the hood, I didn't do a lot of local stories today. I didn't want to be here extra long today. There was a shooting in the Pullman area at Walmart last night. So let's see what happened there.
People have been shot at a Southside Walmart. Let's begin with Elizabeth Matthews. According to this shooting, this triple shooting happened at a very busy parking lot at this Pullman Walmart around 7:20 tonight. Chicago police not commenting whether or not this was a random or targeted attack, but we do know that 2 of the victims were known to police. Take a look at this. Multiple evidence markers. I can see about 21 from where we stand. The back of a windshield of the victim's car shot out. Now, police tell us that this was a drive-by shooting here in the parking lot. There are 3 victims who were putting groceries in their car when this happened. Here's what we know about the victims. A 25-year-old man was shot in the chest and back and is at Advocate Christ Medical Center in critical condition. A 27-year-old man was shot in the leg and a 19-year-old woman was shot in the arm. Those 2 are expected to be okay. Here's what we know very little about the suspect or suspects. They were driving a dark-colored sedan during that drive-by. So the shots were fired at this kind of silver sedan from a dark-colored sedan when this happened around 7:20 tonight. The shooting happened again at 109th and South Doty here in the Pullman neighborhood. It appears that Walmart remains open, even though they have a shooting scene right here in their parking lot. Again, I can see about 21 evidence markers. That back windshield has been shot out. This section, kind of the northern section of the parking lot, is kind of shut down, but the doors are open. People are going in and out of Walmart. Chicago police continue to investigate. From what we know, no one is in custody for this. But again, one man is in critical condition, 2 others shot, expected to be okay here at this Pullman Walmart. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's my Walmart. I can walk there. I might have would have been there last night, somewhere near that time, because I didn't get what I wanted to get, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna keep my clothes on. I'm gonna go back out." Was we on a live last night? Maybe. And I said, "Okay, either before or after, I'm gonna go to Walmart." And I decided not to. I said, I'll get my ass up and go today. I might have would have been there at some point, either when it was happening or right after it's happening. What's really messed up is that the fact that the Walmart never closed, never flinched, never nothing. This shows you how desensitized we are in the hood to violence. And it was definitely a targeted attack. I'm going to watch my Facebook closely to see if I know somebody that knows somebody who the victims were. That doesn't typically happen over here. Not at no damn Walmart. That means they was watching your ass. They wanted to get your ass. And they got your ass. And those were kids. 21 and 19. Babies. My baby is that age. And you going to Walmart just grocery shopping, somebody ride down on you to kill you. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go. I frequent that Walmart. Like, they know me. And I love to go to Walmart in the evening time. When they used to be 24 hours before COVID. Ooh. First I go to the suburbs, 24-hour Walmart. When people ain't there. And I do my couponing and I get in. And I just think God protects you from so much that you don't even know about before you even know about it. So I thank God for his protection. I'm praying over these people and their lives and their families. Like, but yeah, it's the fact that, yeah, we're going to keep shopping. Oh, somebody got killed. All right. Well, I need some ramen noodles. Okay. You know, just, you can't make this shit up. Meanwhile, the white people want to have, they shook down the whole Senate and the Congress. You had to shoot one time. Okay. So, that's all I brought today for local news. And I did have another story. I just decided not to do it, where a girl I went to school with, it was a story that was come on before that. It was you know, they tried to rob and steal it. Carjack. That's what I'm looking for. The girl. And they ended up crashing, and the suspect is in custody. I think he's deceased. And the girl said, I was on my way to Walmart, but I got caught up with my daughter because she had an accident. God saved her daughter's life and saved her life, despite trauma. It could have been 2 lives affected. It's like, wow, it's just so much going on. You know what I'm saying? So if this is your first time here, or you're watching on the replay, my name is Princess A.V. and you are watching 50/50 News, where we give the best news of everything with 100% news with a twist of a little ratcheticity, where you get my commentary and I just tell you about some real shit that's going on and maybe you might not know about it. Okay, so We've done our local Chicagoland news. Next, it's time to do worldwide and national news. Okay, let's get down to it. We're 26 minutes in. We getting a groove on, okay? Yes. Hit the like button. I need you. He's dead and the girl is under arrest. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was deceased. Hit the like button, okay? Support the channel, press the subscribe button, join the membership, send a donation, okay? Everything is accepted and definitely appreciated because it keeps the lights on, the gas on, the internet's on, all of that good stuff, okay? I'm ready to upgrade. I'm about to do I don't know if I want to do a GoFundMe or whatever, but I'm going to do an equipment upgrade drive in a couple of minutes. So I'll let y'all know about that if you want to help a sister out. And you can buy something off my wish list. But I don't like to go into all that on the news channel, but we here, okay? How you doing, Black Diamond? How you doing? Welcome, Marva and Kay Marie. Everybody who's coming. Hey, Neva. All the good sisters, okay? I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I love you, okay? So the first story that I want to go to is this story where this man, he is under arrest because he decided to drive his family over a cliff, okay? And tried to murder his family. I thought it was a quite interesting story brought to you by ABC News 7. Let go.
It's a miracle they survived. Now, shocking revelations after a beloved Pasadena family plunged off a treacherous cliff in their Tesla. Investigators say this was no accident. Tonight, the father, who's a local doctor, is under arrest, and neighbors are stunned. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand live now in Mission Hills outside the hospital where that doctor works. Jory.
Mark, this is an incredible story. It's Providence Holy Cross where this doctor works. He was arrested last night in Northern California in his hospital bed after surviving that crash, charged with trying to kill his entire family.
Tonight, a shocking twist in the story of a miraculous rescue 250 feet down a cliff in Northern California. CHP releasing this video of Monday's helicopter operation. The car lying in pieces wedged among the rocks just feet from the Pacific Ocean. 4 people, including 2 young children, emerged alive from the wreckage of this Tesla that went off the side of Highway 1 south of San Francisco in a place called Devil's Slide, where dozens have died over the years. But tonight, detectives say the driver of that car, Dharmesh Patel of Pasadena, a doctor at Providence Holy Cross Medical Center in Mission Hills, drove off the road intentionally with his wife, Neha, their 7-year-old daughter, and 4-year-old son inside.
Oh my gosh. I can't. This is the most shocking thing ever.
We spoke with several neighbors of the Patels tonight who said there was nothing that could have led them to believe Dr. Patel was capable of something like this.
Completely shocked. They're like ideal neighbors. It seemed like they had a great holiday. They went to go see both parents. It just seemed all very happy and great.
Oh my gosh. Heather is their next door neighbor and says she did notice something seemed off today.
I noticed their trash cans were out a little longer, and I wondered why they hadn't come home yet, because their children are in school, their daughter. So I'm just blown away, to be honest.
Any reason that you would think that they would have any kind of family troubles or anything?
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. They're lovely people. This is really heartbreaking.
Providence Holy Cross, where Dr. Patel works, releasing a statement tonight saying they are deeply saddened to learn of a traffic incident involving one of their physicians and his family. We are extremely grateful there were no serious injuries. We will not respond further as this incident is under investigation.
Paramedics who work that area are called to that location pretty frequently and say it's a miracle this entire family survived. They say people just do not survive falls like that. Even more incredible, all 4 were reportedly conscious when they were rescued. That is important for investigators, and there was apparently enough evidence to give them probable cause to believe Dr. Patel did this intentionally. He's now being in the hospital and will be booked into San Mateo County Jail upon his release from the hospital, charged with attempted murder and child endangerment.
Hello, I'm
Whew. And this is what we talk about this season, about checking up on people, checking up on people's mental health. You be thinking people are okay and they're not okay. It's one thing, I would love to say just, okay, they're having problems, marital problems. You want to kill your wife, you know, have kids. But to me, there has to be something deeper, especially a mental health issue, in order for you to want to kill your kids. Let me tell you a quick story. My dad told me, and I got other confirmation, that he and my mom, when they were married, they were fighting. And you know, he goes out in the streets or whatever. And my dad's a hoe, you know. So he was like, all right, I'm out of here. You know, she probably was like, you get out, you know, that thing. So then she calls it back. They had a very volatile relationship. Hey, boo, you know, let's talk about it. I'm sorry. He like, yeah, all right, you know, he's real cool, calm, collected. She gets me and my brother and him, and she's driving. And we go on a ride. And I was about 2 or 3. I don't remember this. And he tells the story. He's like, she got on the Skyway. Those who don't know what the Skyway is, that's the toll road straight from Chicago to Indiana, to Hammond, Indiana. And push right there by the casino. And he said, I see her veering off to the side. And what had happened was her intentions was to drive us all off the side of the Skyway and to kill us all. Mental health is a motherfucker. So I really wasn't, according to them, I wasn't meant to be here, but I was meant to be here. He caught her right in the nick of time, and he said she fucked up the car. They ran into the median, and he said he had to pay for the car and the damage to city property. People don't be right. And we take for granted that because you can function on a normal, yes, that bridge, Roxy. Because you can function on a normal, that you're okay. People don't be okay. You need to pay attention to red flags. Therapy is important. When a motherfucker want to kill their kids, is something going on with them. And I just say all this to please be vigilant. Stop taking for granted what people go through. I know I went into a rant and something on IG earlier. Y'all never know where people's minds is at, where their lives are, what the affectation of it. It's okay, Roxy. I don't even remember that I was there. But I was told, you know, what happened. And it just shows that God's grace and his purpose for my life, I'm sitting in front of you to tell it. And so that kind of touched me. It shows that God's hand was on them people, despite what the devil was doing in this man's mind, that they went down that cliff and they were unscathed. They had a purpose. They have a purpose. And I hope that their family can be put back together, even if they're not like married or whatever. But he needs help. They need help. Them kids gonna need help. And one of them was my age, you know, so they may not remember what happens years from now. But I hope that they could put it back together again and some healing takes place, you know. Like it's really jacked up. So I know I took it down, and we're gonna be down for a few minutes because tonight's news is just a lot going on. It's that season. So we're gonna go to the next story. Those who don't know, these people in the government, they playing with in your faces. They playing with your stuff. They playing with your man. Okay. Nancy Pelosi is not the Speaker of the House no more. And these people cannot come to an agreement or who gonna be in charge of the girls. Okay. Child, let's see what they talking about.
More talks, more concessions, but same outcome as we take a live look at the U.S. Capitol, where for the third day in a row, GOP frontrunner Kevin McCarthy has fallen short in his bid to become House Speaker. McCarthy has lost 9 votes so far. A 10th round would be the longest contest in 164 years.
Caroline Shively reports from Washington on what this means for Congress and the country.
We're just going to keep working until we solve it. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy sounding upbeat heading to the House floor, but minutes later, his 7th attempt to become Speaker ended in failure.
A speaker has not been elected.
We've come so far, we can't quit. We can't quit. You don't fire a guy who's winning.
In that round, 201 Republicans voted for McCarthy, 19 voted for conservative Byron Donalds. Never Kevin ringleader Matt Gaetz said, "Watch this," to colleague Marjorie Taylor Greene, then voted for Donald Trump. Donald John Trump. This comes after McCarthy made concessions Wednesday night, including a super PAC aligned with him agreeing not to get involved in House primaries against conservative members. That still wasn't enough to move the needle.
Does it look like I'm ready to make a deal?
Yeah.
I had a deal to offer on January 2nd that provided Kevin McCarthy 218 votes and the gavel on the very first ballot, and he smugly rejected that offer.
Democratic leaders claim they're not considering a compromise with Republicans on a speaker, but say the longer the chair is vacant, the greater the danger to the country.
National security vulnerabilities. This is a dangerous moment for Americans and for the world. It's one of the reasons why the Congress needs to organize.
This still isn't the longest leadership battle on record, not even close. In 1856, it took nearly 2 months and 133 votes to elect a speaker. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox 32, Chicago.
But it's 2023. Y'all had an idea who you wanted in the first place, but I guess they don't want him, okay? I wish that like somebody could step in. They fucking around with your money. The government just almost shut down last week. This is detrimental notice that it's tax time. They just gave Ukraine a whole bunch more money. We need money for FEMA and national disasters. And they over here talk about some I don't want him in charge. I don't want her in charge. And you know they don't want that black man in charge. Oh hell, you know that's a long shot. So it's like watching the pendulum go back and forth. They have the yes, Miss Bernice. Okay, can we go back to like 1993? The miles of the year. Right. Hey, AT2, you got to sit up here and think like now I have to be cognizant of this foolishness that they're doing, and they sit up here playing in our face, and they over there trading deals and money and shit, you know, and give it to the vote, it had a majority, so it wouldn't matter. Right, you know, they like gone somewhere. Donald J. Trump, you know, they was on bullshit. I can't. Next news story. El Chapo, his son, is going to jail. You got to lose your
Take you to Mexico.
job.
Gunfire and clashes are erupting in a major city in Mexico after security forces launched an operation against a notorious drug lord. Ovidio Guzman was arrested. He is the son of the infamous drug kingpin known as El Chapo. The situation in Culiacan is still so dangerous that authorities are warning residents to shelter at home. They're reporting looting as well as blockades and vehicles being set on fire, as you can see there. Let's get more now from Rafael Roma, who's live for us at CNN Center. Rafael, great to see you. Just bring us up to date what is happening in Culiacan. How worried is the situation on the ground?
Yeah, it's a very chaotic situation, Isa. It has been for the last several hours. And this is something that happened in 2019, and it's happening once again. The bigger issue here is whether the Mexican security forces have the capability of capturing a high-profile suspect while keeping a whole city safe. And the short answer seems to be no at this point. Just a few moments ago, Mexican Defense Minister Crescencio Sandoval confirmed the arrest of Ovidio Guzman, and he also said that 19 different sites across the city of Culiacan had been targeted by alleged members of the Sinaloa cartel. And we first heard reports from local media, and now state authorities have confirmed that part of Culiacan in the northern Mexican state of Sinaloa seem like war zones. There are clashes between security forces and alleged members of the Sinaloa cartel, according to both the city council, the state top security official, and federal officials. As I say before, the top security official at the state level said people are having their vehicles taken from them, and there are blockades in different parts of the city. We're asking citizens to not go out, and we're taking appropriate measures. All this chaos, he says, is a result of an early morning operation to detain Ovidio Guzman. He is the son, as you know, of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the former leader of the Sinaloa cartel, who was convicted in 2019 of 10 counts, including engaging in a continuing criminal enterprise, drug trafficking, and firearms charges. El Chapo was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years here in the United States. Some of our viewers may remember his son, Ovidio, because he was detained in October 2019 by Mexican federal forces during a raid in the northern city of Culiacan. After he was detained, the Sinaloa cartel unleashed a heavily armed fighting force, which seems to have happened again today. A gun battle in the streets of Culiacan ensued, putting the lives of countless civilians at risk. It quickly became painfully obvious, he said, that the Sinaloa cartel had outmaneuvered and overpowered Mexican security forces. In the end, Mexican authorities decided to release Guzman to prevent further bloodshed. It remains to be seen what's going to happen today, but there's definitely a lot of violence in Sinaloa, Isa.
Indeed, indeed. I know you'll stay on top of it for us. Rafael Romo, good to see you. Thanks very much, Rafael.
Sorry. I said, of course, in America, we glamorize selling drugs. I'm from Chicago, get your guns, sell drugs. BMF is coming on this tomorrow, okay? Boom. Okay. Glamorizing selling drugs, drug cartels. It's funny and not funny. You took so long to get El Chapo, and I still don't think they got him. Okay. And BMF, watch it. Okay. Y'all let me know. I'll put in the chat if you want me to have a viewing party. Okay. Just members or something like that. You think that these huge drug cartels are going to just let you keep taking down their heads of state? And he's a legacy. He's the son. No. Some of those regular Mexicans, I hate to see the violence in their land, but they're heroes to them. Even the drug cartels take care of the people. They're like Walmart. Like, we employ 2,000 people. We feed the homeless and the hungry. So there are some people that are going to revolt of what it is. Just go keep giving it to 2020. Just give it to 2020. Yes. Hey y'all that's coming in. Yes, that's going to be problematic. They're not going to let you take their leaders down easy. This story will continue to go on for quite a long time, I'm sure. They're going to play with it. They're going to throw some money at this. They're going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? No, he's not going to jail. How about I just murder your whole family? That's why, it's some lawlessness down in Mexico. They don't give no fucks. Okay? And just that, like, you take down, hey, like BMF. You take down a drug cartel in Chicago, in America, period, anywhere in America, and think that person is not going to jail. Like, you are not going to have those types of uprisings in America about taking our drug lords. No, it's not going to happen. Okay, they're going to get you. They're going to take you down. Boom. Okay, BMF comes on tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, Cuba all over again. Yes, it's going down in Chinatown. Okay. Yes, so this is going to be an interesting story. Where are we at? Okay, we're in Utah. I think my auntie Bernice mentioned this in the chat. I'm going to play 2 videos about this. This is a story, trigger warning, sad story. As well, this man in Utah, which I do not put past folks, because it's Utah. I'm just gonna say that. He killed his whole family, and I'll just let the news play. Okay, that's all I can. Okay. I hope y'all can hear me. It froze, so I'm starting it over.
Other stories we're following this afternoon. A deadly mass shooting in Utah leaves 8 people dead, including 5 children. They were all found during a welfare check. We've just learned some new information. Police now say the entire family was killed by their father, Michael Haight, who killed himself after the murders. It all happened in a small town about 245 miles south of Salt Lake City.
Understand that the investigation is ongoing, and so there's a lot of information we can't share, and it would not be appropriate to do so. We appreciate the media, we appreciate the public, and the mayor will talk a little bit about what's happening in our community, and we'll go from there. So yesterday, January 4th, officers from the Phoenix City Police Department were summoned to 4923 North Albert Drive in reference to a welfare check. Concerned families and friends had contacted police earlier after not hearing from the people there. Officers entered the residence at approximately 4 p.m. and discovered 3 adults and 5 minors deceased inside the home, and each appeared to have sustained gunshot wounds. While this intense investigation is ongoing, investigators currently believe there are no suspects outstanding. Evidence suggests that the suspect took his own life after killing 7 others in the home. The suspect is 42-year-old Michael Haight. The 2 other adults in the home were Haight's wife, Tasha Haight, 40 years of age, and Tasha's mother, 78-year-old Gail Earl. The minors were Haight's children, a 17-year-old female, 12-year-old female, 7-year-old female, 7-year-old male, and a 4-year-old male. Now, welfare checks are common, and someone with whom Tasha had an appointment yesterday morning called and reported that she had missed the appointment and requested a law enforcement conduct a welfare check. A few hours after that welfare check call came in and Tasha was not located, a missing persons report was requested and was received by Cedar City Police Department due to Michael's office location in Cedar City. Once determined Michael's home address was in Phoenix City, the missing persons report was passed to Phoenix City officers, at which point The welfare check to locate Tasha became an effort to find the entire family. A little bit of ancillary information. It is known by court documents that there was a divorce petition that was filed, and that was made part of the information given to dispatch. Crime scene technicians from the Iron County Sheriff's Department, Cedar City Police Department, and Enid City Police Department worked throughout the night. In fact, some of them are still on duty to events and to continue to investigate the details of what happened. In the early hours of this morning, the decedents were transported away from the home, and as part of the investigation, we'll have autopsies conducted by the State Medical Examiner's Office in northern Utah. Now, other family members have been contacted, of course, before we set any press releases out, and they are well aware of the situation and having conversations with investigators as we speak. Now, we're going to have the mayor talk to you a little bit about the community and give you what's happening right now. And then at the permission of the Iron County School District, Tim Marriott will be talking to you about the resources that have been provided there. So Mayor Chestnut.
Turning now to the war in Ukraine.
That I definitely understand that, but we have to be aware sometimes of what's going on around us. And this goes back again to what I just said. It's something going on with you that you want to take your offspring up out this world. Now, apparently they said that she filed for divorce. Okay. And I guess he said, you know, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. But the kids too, and her mama, like it had to be some real deep stuff going on. And Shannon, I'm like you, I had to double take when I say his last name is Hate. And that is truly an act that he exhibited, an act of hate and disdain. There had to have been some red flags somewhere that we take for granted to say, like, look, he ain't got it all. They definitely had a lot of contention. Yo, mama too? And his kids. Like, and the people that have to pick up the pieces from that, the families, to leave this world just such in an awful place. Whew, we almost done with these damn news stories. Our next story is very quick. It's about Russia and Ukraine. Okay. They want a ceasefire.
Turning now to the war in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin is ordering his army to observe a 36-hour ceasefire in Ukraine. It's for Orthodox Christmas. It follows an appeal for a temporary truce by the head of the Orthodox Church in Moscow. It's to allow Orthodox Christians to attend services Friday and Saturday. Ukraine is rejecting Russia's ceasefire order. It says that Moscow must leave the territory that it occupies before any temporary truce. Today, the U.S. announced that it will send Ukraine nearly $3 billion in military aid. It is part of a massive new package that will include several dozen fighting vehicles.
And yet again, we sending more money over there, okay? But this is the hilarity of it all, okay? I'm gonna stop killing your people for Christmas, okay? We gonna exude our Christian authority and we gonna love God today on Friday and Saturday, okay? Because you know, sweet baby Jesus was born over here. And so how about we not just blow up your people for the next 36 outright? We gonna stop killing for Christmas. You know, we gonna show God's love. Okay. You can't make this kind of demented shit up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you and your kids though. But my people is tired and they want to go to church on Saturday. I don't know. Putin is a G for real. He just has nothing. Block the story of color fake. Right. Yeah, I mean, really. And then I get these stories from the news people, so they can't like say it ain't true. Well, say the news people ain't true. And I try to be selective of what news platforms I get it from. But Putin is mom. I mean, he's seriously crazy. We are going to stop war for Christmas so you can go home and hear your kids. Child. Okay, so yeah, speaking of the Orthodox Christians, it's funny, I didn't even plan these things to land the way they did. And a lot of times I do. It's not the greatest blockbuster ever. The Pope done died. Y'all know this, and they had his funeral today. So let's go over to Fox 32 for
final farewell to Pope Emeritus Benedict in St. Peter's Square.
Yes, Pope Francis presided, I should say, over the Requiem Mass, making him the first pope in modern history to officiate at the funeral of his predecessor. Lauren Green has more now from Vatican City.
I thought I need to be here because he is my pope.
Thousands of mourners gathering here in Vatican City for the funeral mass of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI. The funeral making history as Pope Francis presided over a rare mass for a pontiff officiated by a living one.
Together, we want to say, Father, into your hands we commend his spirit. Benedict, may your joy be complete as you hear his voice, now and forever.
Benedict, who died on New Year's Eve at the age of 95, had requested a simple service, but some 50,000 people attended, including heads of state, royalty, and clergy from around the world. Before and after the Requiem Mass, the praise for the former pope was universal. In some, the crowd even held banners reading "Sainthood Now."
It's a beautiful celebration, and I think it represents a lot about his life and what he expected. A simple celebration, but very beautiful.
Well known as a brilliant theologian, Benedict will be best remembered as the first pope in more than 600 years to resign. His decision controversial at the time, but in recent years it's been praised as a revolutionary move that could make it easier for other popes to do the same in the future. An act of unselfishness, some clergy say, was in line with Jesus' teachings.
He more or less said, look, I'm not in this for the prestige, and if I can't serve in a robust, vigorous way, perhaps it's better to step aside. I think those will all be legacies.
Benedict's coffin will now rest in the underground grottos of St. Peter's Basilica, alongside the remains of other popes. In Vatican City, Lauren Green, Fox 32, Chicago.
Meantime, back here locally, the Archdiocese of Chicago is hosting a series of memorial masses tonight in remembrance of Pope Benedict XVI. The Mass at St. Cletus Church in LaGrange will start at 6:30. All the other ones will happen at 7 o'clock. Masses will be held in Palatine, Wilmette, Burbank, and Chicago.
We're going to go see Cletus. Oh, well, obviously, I didn't attend. Okay, I used to go to Catholic school and Catholic church. I think Dr. J might be a few minutes behind. Okay. That's the only thing I could think of is that she's a few minutes behind. And that's why she's commenting like that. Because I had to sit and read, like, I was like, I didn't do no stories yet about, no pedophilia. So I'm like, okay. Look, they're going to flag the hell out of this newscast. I know it because I done said certain words just too many times. But hopefully they'll still let it slide because this is the news, right? It is the news. Okay. If they can say it, I can say it. Okay. There's nothing against the rules to say it. And you're watching the news with me, Princess A.V, 50/50 News. And this is 100% news with a little commentary, a little twist of ratchet. I like to cuss. Please press that like button if you haven't already. Okay. Support the channel. Press like, subscribe to the channel. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm gonna put that on the screen in a second. But also press the like button, the subscribe button. Like all my social medias. Okay, give to the channel. Give a super chat, super thanks, cash, app, Venmo, PayPal, all that. Let's I'm hitting the wrong thing. Let's talk about it. Watch it. Yes, you do. 2 males tried to kill my niece last night coming out of the mall. And you need to travel in packs these days. You do. And if you can have a heater, I have one as well. So yeah, people take things for granted, but you can't take things for granted out here that your life because it's the wild, wild west. Okay. Yes, you have to, enjoy life now. Okay. And thank you, Best BK. Ain't seen you in a minute. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you very much. Happy, healthy, and prosperous new year to you, Princess. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited for what the year can bring and just sitting up there and aligning things right in the beginning and get my mind right. I can't believe by March. If I get my shit together, I'm just, yes, honey. And it's going to be exciting to be here and just you're gonna see me in the streets and I'm taking my dance class. And look, probably by the end of the year, I'll have like my EP out and I'll have a video and I'll be doing my dance. I might be in a competition. You never know. I just got so many things that I'm working on and I'm doing and I'm working on behind the scenes with people. And yes, and I'm gonna finally get my 10,000. They stifled me this year, but I ain't worried about it because I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna jump up to 20. Why? Because what's for me is for me. So thank y'all for the blessings, okay, that y'all have bestowed upon me, and I'm speaking blessings back on y'all, okay. It's coming. It's coming. All right, Mikey Dada. All right, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So now we can bring it up. Okay, now it's time for our next segment. And we over here in a good hour. Okay, a next segment of the news. Celebrity news. Okay, and so the first story is y'all friend over there across the pond who came over here and defected from over there. Prince Harry. You know he was already hood. And he said, I guess that he's done, well, he's been on 60 Minutes, but he's done an interview with Michael Strahan, okay? And he said he was trying to put the pause on William about his lady. Don't be talking about my woman, okay? Okay? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what they over here talking about.
Tonight, there's some stunning accusations by Prince Harry that are being revealed after his upcoming book Spare was leaked earlier today. Harry accuses his brother Prince William of physically attacking him, and he criticizes his own father. We're also hearing more of Anderson Cooper's 60 Minutes interview. CBS's Rami Inocencio reports from London.
Good morning, Britain. Breaking news this morning, an extraordinary allegation from Prince Harry.
Bombshells between brothers. The British monarchy again in the headlines. Prince Harry claiming his brother Prince William, the future king, quote, grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor in an argument in which William criticized Harry's marriage to Meghan Markle, allegedly calling her rude and abrasive. In an interview airing on 60 Minutes this Sunday, Harry again accuses the British press of racism.
What Meghan had to go through was similar in some part to what Kate and what Camilla went through. Very different circumstances. But then you add in the race element, which was what the British press jumped on straight away. I went into this incredibly naive. I had no idea the British press was so bigoted. Hell, I was probably bigoted before the relationship with Meghan.
You think you were bigoted before the relationship with Meghan?
I don't know. Put it this way, I didn't see what I now see.
And his book reveals more family secrets for the world to see. That Harry wore this Nazi costume for a past Halloween on the advice of William and Kate Middleton. That William and Harry begged their father not to marry Camilla, now Queen Consort. And that King Charles himself joked whether Harry was his son.
It's going to be received from, by William and Charles as the most extraordinary betrayal of trust.
For now, the palace has no comment. Rami Inocencio, CBS News, London.
No cause of death released for...
I said put me on the screen. What is you doing? Let me close. See this space art does everything. Cow melon. Y'all is crazy. So, first of all, I don't put anything past that part. They're brothers, okay? Brothers fight. Physically sometimes, okay? So I'm not surprised at that concept that they got into a physical fight. Oh, hold on. No, we don't want to hear me talk. Make sure y'all pressing this like button, okay? We fight physically sometimes. I've never physically fought my brother, but boys especially, they do that type of shit. So I'm not surprised. Have we always thought that Harry was akin to his mother? Yes. So is it something that he would do that his mother would do? Yes. Tell his truth, tell her truth. Yes. And he's outside. He's relinquished his rights in as royalty. So he got to make his money. He don't give a fuck. But white people always say they're not racist, or they don't know racism, or they don't see racism, especially British white people. And because they're not privy to racism. You say you didn't? Well, am I using the wrong verbiage? Okay. Here, I'm putting up a poll. But he wasn't getting the throne any damn way. Y'all want to read this man's book over here? Okay. I don't like to read, but I'm decent at it, okay? And then at the same time, a lot of people say that William is right. She is, rude and nasty. So I can see both sides of the coin. But should she have been treated terribly? Nah. I don't put it past the racism at all. Yeah, well, he could. Yeah, but he got out of line. That's what I'm saying. He got out of line. He wasn't gonna get it no way. And I'm kind of like that. Just give me my things. Prince Charles. Oh, you on limited time, bro. Okay. You ain't finna be reigning supreme. I'm sorry. I don't like to put a death date on nobody, but let's be real. He old already coming in office. He probably really don't want to do the shit. No way. Okay. Yeah, I would never want to be a war upset. Yeah, it has its pros and cons, I'm sure. Okay. But y'all do that. poll. Okay, we go to the next story. Miss Gangsta Boo dies at 43 years old. Let's listen to the story.
No cause of death released for rapper Gangsta Boo. Gangsta Boo. Multiple outlets report the former member of the hip-hop group 3-6 Mafia was found dead yesterday at a home in Memphis at the age of 43. 3-6 Mafia won an Oscar for Best Original Song for its Hard Out Here for a Pimp from the movie Hustle and Flow. Boo began rapping at the age of 14. Last month, Boo told Billboard she was working on a new project called The Boo Print, which she hoped to have released early this year.
Hello, I'm Mark.
Okay, so God bless her and her family, okay? I don't blow smoke up nobody's ass, whether they living or dead. Okay, so I'm gonna say it like this. I ain't really seen nothing that Gangsta Boo ever did. Maybe it's indigenous to the Memphis area, a little bit further south or whatever. I ain't never really liked her shit. But God bless you. She did make a mark on the rap industry when 3-6 Mafia came out. I'm never going to take away for the 1 or 2 songs of the things that she did. Like I said, God bless her soul. Allegedly, I've heard, that Gangster Boo, as he says it, Boo. She died of an OD on drugs, allegedly. So that's what they said. Shady said, I ain't even heard of her. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't done that much. And I was supposed to do an interview, and I'm going to follow up with them again because I know he's coming back. But I was supposed to do an interview with Busy Bone. And I've been petitioned for this interview with Busy Bone since the 3-6 Mafia versus Bone Thugs and Harmony concert. And that is a question I really wanted to ask him, like, how he felt about that shit that Gangsta Boo did to him. And I really want to do it now. So I'm going to get up off my ass and be like, okay, y'all, take it too long to answer. Do you need me? I know they having a concert in him, so I would like to do that. I didn't like the way Gangsta Boo baited him and talked about him and his mental health situations. That shit was foul. And I also didn't like her supposed to be a woman getting in men's business. Stay in your place. Be a lady. I know it's hard, but like I said, but we can't take those things back. Unfortunately, she can't really take her actions back because she's gone now, and she's still a human being, and she still has a family, and somebody still loves her. So God rest her soul, whatever it may be. And so our next story is about Jeremy Renner, aka Hawkeye. Done fell out there down there mowing the snow. Okay, so let's see what we.
It's the first video of Avenger star Jeremy Renner in the hospital recovering from his snowplow accident. He's bruised and groggy and being given a water-free shampoo. Stephen Fabian shows us how it's done.
It's first video of Avenger star Jeremy Renner in ICU after his horrific snowplow accident. Renner is wearing a special rinse-free shampoo cap. That's his sister Kim helping him out.
He's so sexy. Hey.
Check it out.
Literally, look at all the blood.
By the sound of things, Renner really needs some sprucing up.
That was the first shower. I was definitely a week or so. Gross.
The Hawkeye actor's speech is a bit slurred, but he seems in good spirits despite the severity of his injuries. His face is swollen and bruised. He's using an oxygen mask. His mom, Valerie, is also there lending support. ICU spa moment to lift my spirits. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, sister, for your love, Renner posted. Renner's sister is using a leak-proof cap containing shampoo that doesn't need to be rinsed out. So how does it work? You basically take the thing out, you heat it up in the microwave for about 15 seconds. Sort of looks like a shower cap.
I ain't watched this.
Put it on your
I
head.
know good goddamn well you ain't telling us how to do no dry shampoo up down to the hospital. Like, this ain't no new shit. I done have dry shampoo in my arsenal for years now. And I'm fast forward through this stupid shit because inside edition, I call myself getting the other one. They're going to flag me anyway. Bye.
Definitely a week or so. Gross.
Police now say Renner was actually run over by his 14,000-pound snowplow as he tried to help a family member whose car was stuck in the snow. The right side of his chest collapsed and his upper torso was crushed. It really is a miracle he survived.
What kind of stupid shit you out there doing to have them type of freak accidents that you got run over by your snow plow? It's just it's, 14,000 pounds. That was a fucking truck. So was you ghost riding the whip? Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna press the gas. I'm gonna come out here. Okay, is you ready? Let me get out here. Okay, and then I'm gonna run back in the truck. I was about to say something, but I just talked about putting ugly energy out, and I just thank God for your life, sir. Thank God for your life, sir. The 3 points is there. It's like, take this, I'm black. Okay. Oh, child. Just, I'm glad you alive, sir. Okay. Stop ghost riding the snowplow. Okay. And he got enough money to be taken care of, baby. They ain't wash your hair in a week. That's some fucked up ass, dirty ass nurses. Anyway, okay, that you set up there and they didn't wash you for a week. Whether you was conscious or not, your balls should have got scrubbed from head to toe. Okay. And if you ain't used to my type of news, just know this is what it is. Okay, so I wanted to play this trailer, but I'm not. And earlier I was watching the illustrious Plainest Jane right before this, and she just stopped being live, and my girl Nola stopped being live. So I've been giving them all the view until this moment. See what had happened was uh they put out a new Surviving R. Kelly this week. As she should. They put out a new Surviving R. Kelly this week, part 3, the final chapter. So, especially Tim Savage, he does not have Joycelyn in his viewpoint right now. They're still looking for her. She might be somewhere downtown. She might be in Atlanta. She might be in Baltimore. You don't know where. Excuse me, they don't know exactly where she is. Yes, I'm tired of Robert. I have bought all of these transcripts and things. I want to read them. Only because, like, I realize that people from Chicago really have not paid attention to what is going on with this pervert. Hey, Vet. I've watched part of it, with his raggedy ass brother. But things about this tickles me because I'm from Chicago. Whatever they say he did, he did that shit. So you're the queen of the R. Kelly. Yes. Portia, no, Portia's not in it. We never finished. Now I could finish reading Portia. We never finished reading Portia. I thought about just reading pre-recording and putting it up there on the members only. Okay, we got halfway through this juvenile book. It was so lackluster, but I think she's about to say something else about the R. Kelly. But we read the R. Kelly chapter, okay? And that's our autograph book from Portia, okay? Oh, geez. So, anywho, I thought about this week. I said I should go down to both the McDonald's and show y'all what Kenwood High School really looks like. My son went to Kenwood for a couple years. Kenwood, and down the street is his favorite McDonald's where he would lure the children over and the rock and roll McDonald's. It don't look like now what it used to look like. It was really, really rock and roll McDonald's then. But it tickles me when his brother was like, John Doe's. So what you saying? Did my brother like to get fucked? Yes, sir. And I would love to do an interview with their ignorant asses. I got a few people I think I want to touch down on and see if I want to talk to about this stuff. That man is disgusted what he did to those girls and the details of it all and the details of Azriel. It's the scat play for me. Maybe that's an after dark conversation, a whole different conversation. When you just wake up and say, I want to piss and poop and play with it and put it on your face. Like trigger warning. But Tim Savage is still looking for his daughter. That lady who don't know how to dress at court, and her big chubby funky behind can only wear a t-shirt and shorts, pants. About she in love with R. Kelly, or she the handlers, and you ain't gonna see your daughter again. Like, they lucky in the courthouse. You lucky from where you from, because some of these people over here, when they cared about the courthouse, they would have punched you in your face, ma'am. And what kind of woman is fine with holding another woman hostage from their parents for a dude? These people out here. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna wait till I finish watching these shows. I might watch them tonight and give my commentary on Aura, on this third one. So I'm gonna tone it down. This is the news. It's supposed to be more journalistic like versus commentary like in this one. But yes, go watch Surviving R. Kelly, the final chapter. This is the third one. I'm not even sure if I finished watching the second one, but it's interesting to watch. Yes, he likes men too. He likes to get done up in the booty hole. He likes anything, everything. He's into degradation. It's a name for all that shit. But he just needs help. God bless him. God help him. Shouts out to R. Kelly over there in the MCC. Okay, over there on, what is that, Van Buren? Sweetie Boo, I'm good. So with that being said, we are done with celebrity news for tonight. Oh, we are doing a good time. We're about to get up out of here. But we got one more segment. That is YouTube news. You gonna? I'm like, it's all stagnated and whatnot. Like, the hell. And then if I press it again, it's gonna act stupid. Okay, so those are catching it on. Those who just came in, or you're watching it on the browser, and they told you to click this, and you thought you was watching like some good old Young Turks and Richard Ricky. This is worse. Okay, they have dignification there. I don't. But I am Princess A.V, and I'll probably work on it. You are watching House of the Princess 50/50 News, okay? Make sure that by now that you have pressed the like button. Please subscribe. It helps me. It doesn't cost you nothing but a second of your time to press the subscribe button. Maybe you want to join the House of the Princess International Ministries Church. Press that join button. The join is right next to the subscribe button. It's also down in the description box and on the community tab, and your membership will have benefits here. We have so much to offer. In 2023, it's going down in Chinatown. I'm about to set some stuff up for next week, members only as well. So look, also you can reach out to me on many platforms, my Instagram, my Facebook. You can email me with stories or something you just want to talk to me. I do answer my emails and my DMs. And also you can give the channel via Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, super chat, super thanks, and I got a Zelle. Okay, I got it all. I even swipe credit cards. Go support my business, Royalty Beauty Brands. I use some good old lip gloss or maybe a t-shirt to say that you're a House of the Princess citizen. Okay, right? What do I sell lipstick? I haven't divulged into lipstick yet, but maybe later on this year. What network for what? Oh, Lifetime. Okay, and this is House of the Princess Pink, I think, or is it Rose? This look like it might be Rose. But anyway, it has this one. Oh, it just still works. It has a light in it. Okay, and you know what the light do? It lights up your lips, and when you out in the dark, you look in this lovely mirror that I have on here. Okay, and you can light up in your lips, and you can see where the lips is going if you in the dark in the car. Okay. Well, we have lip oils and lip gloss, colored lip gloss, all that good stuff. I got something for everybody. I'm gonna revamp the page. It's way overdue. New photos, new stuff, new campaigns for everything. Okay. So yes, the branding. It's a commercial break. Umbrella lip gloss. Okay, this is my life size lip gloss bottle. Uh, if your lips is big like mine, you might need one that big. Okay. It has a mirror on it, everything. Shouts out to Beverly, stunning creation. I need to post this because it was inspired by her and for people's makeup rooms. And she did the round one. I was like, why not do my own for my stuff? Yes, looky here. Dr. J said, come on and join. I've been a member for a year and 4 months. Thank you so much for your continued support and for all of y'all that stick with me, even in my foolery, okay, and everything that I got going on. Y'all be here, and I appreciate y'all, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna close. Let me see. Let me close. I'll give y'all a couple of minutes to give another vote. If you haven't voted, vote, okay. And y'all, right now, y'all talking about y'all want me to read the book, read the word, read the book, okay. All right. So yes, we've got some of the business out of the way. We're gonna do YouTube news. Okay, so the YouTube streets have been on fire this week, especially with the illustrious Miss Jaguar Wright. I have felt like it earlier. You know, with my time being limited, sometimes I'll be like, okay, what do I want to do? Okay. I wanted to give a reactionary video to Sean Davy Way's interview of Jaguar Wright. And I still need to watch it again. Apparently, Jaguar is into it with Nosy Ho. Uh-oh, look at Lauren. She done came back home. Come on, Lauren. You are officially a royal citizen. Welcome to the House of the Princess. For the membership, okay? So Jaguar and Nosy Ho been tight for a while. Nosy Ho broke a lot of the stories from Jaguar Wright and they were close. So apparently their asses then fell out. And Nosy said some things that Jaguar being on tour. She was over on Sweet Pea's channel. I saw that. She been on Sean Davy Ways. And Jaguar Wright will pop in wherever you want to pop in. And now she's also into it with All About the Trees. Nosy been back on YouTube for like a year. And she's getting money and doing the same shit that she been doing. And that's getting a bag. Okay. All right, and these breakdowns are brought to you by the great Amina K. Amina the Great, go follow her channel, okay? All the fucking shit. You nosy, you know my husband crazy for real, y'all. I ain't trying to have him choke me out over some bullshit. And I ain't trying to have him kill a bunch of motherfuckers. You trying to make him paranoid, yo. And you know what he go through. We've all been honest about our mental health shit. He got severe PTSD and you a lightweight schizophrenic, Molly. You take the psych meds for the schizophrenia. If anybody should understand what you shouldn't do when it comes to fucking with people who got issues, it should be you, bitch.
Shame on.
Hold up.
Shame on you.
Hold up. This is the best part.
You can't get fooled again.
1 second.
She driving. Shut up. Jesus got the wheel.
I bet you this picture here on the screen is photoshopped as fuck.
I
bet you she ugly as shit. I bet you all about the trees is an ugly ass motherfucking whore ass bitch here.
400 pounds.
Come here. See, now this is mean. This is me being mean. I'm about to sit here and say some ugly things about you. I'm about to say things that are going to hurt your fucking feelings because I want to put it to the test. I want to see if you're thirsty enough to go make a video about this video after I done instructed you in this video to never use my name again.
Stop fucking playing! Hurry up! I ain't got out fucking day.
Girls, cause I don't know who's out there watching, but I do know one thing though. Women, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day.
To never talk, but we gonna put it to the test. I think you're whack. I think your picture up here, I think it's Photoshop. I think you look like fucking Igor in real life. Actually, no, that's an insult to Igor. I think you look like fucking Gollum in real life. I think that food that I just bought you and your family, I think you should enjoy that meal because it's going to be one of the last ones that I provide for you. Don't you ever fucking use my name in any of your thumbnails ever again. Stop trying to pimp on my name and then talk shit and defame me and then sit here and harass my husband, yo. All about the trees, you put on notice. You put on notice. And guess what? Everybody that agreed with you on your channel, they whack as fuck too. Nobody tripping off of that. But when you start lying on me, you start calling me a liar, calling me out of my name, calling me bitch, calling me slut, calling me hoe. Like, you don't want it with me. You don't want it with me. You doing too much. And you using my name to earn clicks and views for revenue. So considering that I probably bought the dinner for you and your children that you was ordering while you sitting around making money off my name, let me make this very clear. I'm done feeding you. Keep my name off your thumbnails. Keep Tokyo Tony name off your thumbnails. By the way, I'm sitting here striking the fuck out of your channel. I'm striking every fucking video. I'm reporting every fucking thing. And if there's anybody that wants to go over to All About the Trees and report all of the videos that she has on me, I'm sitting here looking, it's like 4 or 5 now in just 2 days. In 2 days, she did 3 videos in 1 day with my name as a thumbnail, knowing that I'm high in the algorithm. Keep my name off your thumbnails. Keep my name, my husband's name, my son's name, my mother's name out your mouth and off your commentary. There's so many other things that you could be talking about. Since I'm such a nobody and I'm a F, what she say, F list celebrity. Thank you. Thank you, Amina the Great, for the quick commentary of everything that is going on. So basically, all this came from the origination is allegedly Nosy Hole Live newsroom. Nosy Hole Live had got a recording of Jaguar Rice saying that she cheated on her husband and was gonna put it out, and here we have all this big mess. And so I know part of that stuff with that lady who, she don't exist here. Um, she was in the live with Sean Davy Way, and they started getting it popping. They started getting it popping in there, and allegedly she called Jag's husband to get an interview and all of this stuff. This is what I hear because I don't watch those channels. So, but some people give me the you dig on everything, and I just get the short synopsis of what's going on. So that's what's going on with them on YouTube. And like I said, Jack did an interview on Mr. Sean Davy Way's channel yesterday. It's about a good hour or so if y'all want to go watch. Also, prior to that, before this came out, there was a good interview. Jack pulled up on Sweet Pea right in the middle of her live. So go support her as well. Also, in the YouTube news, as we were just previously talking about the Surviving R. Kelly series, we have our illustrious queen of YouTube, as she says, Miss Tasha K. Tasha K is into it with Tim Savage, and I have to watch the newest interview that she has because I haven't had time. But apparently R. Kelly has called from the prison down there at MCC, and he got words for Tasha K, and he feels that she needs to be put in jail. She says she will not acknowledge Mr. Tim Savage. He's upset with her because he said that her, and he just said this on the Plainest James channel. This came out of his mouth. Period. Okay. He said that Tasha K and what's his name? The Clarys. I don't forgot the man's name. I don't put the first names together. Okay, Mr. Clary. Okay, Azriel's dad was on a smear campaign together for him to help smear him, and that's why they got all this stuff with the TV show, and he just selling his daughter for money or whatever. And somewhere, even though you'll see them together on the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, they're having issues together. They're not getting along. You go watch. It's on the Plainest Jane, the very last live she just did. He was on there spilling all the tea and wine about it. So they're at odds right now. He's still looking for his kid, and then it has something to do with Tasha K. And Tasha K has her live. R. Kelly don't like her, and boom, it's a mess. And I think in all that mess, what's getting away from is the real thing is that some children were molested. Their lives were taken away from them. And we over here worrying about, silly shit. And I'm not saying what Tim Savage is saying is silly, but it's other silly shit being convoluted in this thing where the victims, this goes beyond the victims and what the Miss Winnie Pooh, you out here being messy. We still got court, y'all. 2 or 3 court cases with that. So go watch Tasha K in the latest interview. I forgot the girl's name. I had it up, but I'm tired now and I forgot the girl's name. But she had it on TashaKLive.com, and she just put up the edited version, the censored version on Tasha K channel. So she gives a preload on the Winos podcast channel about what's going on. So if you want to go in the know, that's what's buzzing the YouTube streets. That's all I know right now. But yes, babe, it's a hell of a lot going on. It's hard to keep up. That's why I just said, out of all the shows that I wanted to do, I'm like, let me just go ahead and give you some news because it's a lot of news to be newsing, and I'm sure I haven't even gotten it all. I got all that I could take. Okay. And yes, to the ones that came in, Saki C, California, Cutie, all of y'all that came in, babe, thank y'all so much for swinging by. If you want to know what happened before, when it was good and spicy, you're going to have to catch the replay. Anybody else that's coming in, you're going to have to catch the replay, or maybe you're watching the replay, okay? Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your evening with me. Please press the like button. I very much appreciate it. Press the subscribe button. And also, if you can, spend at least $2. You spend $2.35 on a McDouble. Okay, and you could get a month long of entertainment and emojis and stuff here at the House of the Princess. Okay. I am Princess A.V, of your host of 50/50 News. This is your news show that we come over here. I give you 100% news with a twist of ratchet. Okay. I'm about to have me a late night snack, even though I shouldn't be eating this late because I'm getting this weight down. And honey, but it's coming down. I'm going to lose 2-3 pounds by next week. I promise you. But reach out to me in the social media. Please give to the channel. It is very much needed. I need to upgrade some things and do some things and just keep this going. Okay. So I appreciate you so much. And here go my sis. While I was over there watching them just now, she that came over here with the daggone super sticker. Thank you, my cutie. They were just over there on Nola Reed's channel having Court All Rise, a new concept of TV show. It was really cute. I liked it. I love it. I love all the girls together. They were funny. It was a hot mess. So go watch that on the replay as well. Saki said, I have manners. Thank you. Saki got more manners than I do, okay? Before I even comment. So go follow Saki as well. Follow all my content creators that are in the building. We kept our time down, kept our time right. I'm under 2 hours and I had extra shows. Okay, and I did a little extra commentary today. So that was really good. Thank y'all for coming out. I may come live tomorrow. I may not. Shit, if I stay up late enough tonight, I might do something else. I want to give y'all some I Know You Lying news soon. So I'm going to figure that out. Along with some other things. But as for this show, this one, I'm done. Thank you for watching the 50/50 News. No one has told you that they love you. I love you. And I'm going to conclude this newscast with saying mental health is important. We are in the season where this is where we have the most suicides and the most murders because people are depressed. And look, I say the words on my channel, okay? Don't take for granted that people are okay. As we talked about in this section, everybody is not okay, even when you think they're okay. Love on somebody, check up on somebody, go get you a therapist, go talk to a friend, go spin around out in the snow or in the sun and yell and scream if you're having a hard time. But don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt nobody. And your life is important, okay? And I don't know who needs to hear that, but I'm telling you that you matter. Your life is important. Love on people, protect people, reach out to people. My name is Princess A.V, and you have been watching 50/50 News. Now it's time for me to turn out the lights in the palace. Have a good night.